What does it actually mean to make ends meet in San Diego? A new report answers that question, finding 38% of local families don't meet the self-sufficiency standard. Here with further details is Peter Brownell, Research Director with the Center on Policy Initiatives, and welcome back.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, Peter, the statistic 38% of families, how many households are we actually talking about?
So just a little over 300,000 households are not earning enough to meet their basic needs.
Throughout San Diego County?
Exactly.
And the report titled Making Ends Meet, 2014, what cost did you track as far as trying to identify these means?
Right, so it tracks sort of the basic expenses, housing, food, transportation, healthcare, taxes. So this is basically what it's calculating.
The basic necessities.
Right, and so it doesn't include things like cable TV or going to the movies or anything like that. It's really kind of a bare bones budget based on the actual cost of living here in San Diego County.
Your report highlights the experience of several San Diegans who are not meeting this self-sufficiency standard. And in most cases, they have full-time jobs. What types of jobs are falling short for this, allowing their workers to be self-sufficient?
Well, it's a lot of jobs in the service industry, and one of the things that we noted in particular is the tourism industry, which employs 150,000 people here in San Diego, 52%, so over half of their families are not fully meeting the self-sufficiency standard and able to meet their basic needs.
So as far as when it comes to, can you break it down, like construction workers versus, let's say, people who are working, like, as you said, in the service industry?
Yeah, so I mean, the report breaks it down somewhat by industry. So, agriculture is the absolute, highest share with 65% of workers in agriculture, but that's a much smaller industry. As I mentioned, tourism, by which we mean broadly restaurants, accommodation, and also, museums and amusement parks and such not.
And construction workers as well,
And
right?
construction workers also about 41%, 40.9% are not making ends meet.
What do you say to people who might respond to a report like this by saying something like, well, why don't these people just get better jobs?
Well, the problem is that, so it's really a systemic problem. I know we've seen this increase with the recession, so it's not really a lack of will on the part of the individuals, but it's really the sort of failings, as it were, of the local economy. The jobs that we've been adding in the last year, 23% of the jobs that we added in 2013 were restaurant jobs that are not at full-service restaurants, so basically fast food jobs. So, I mean, we can tell people to, leave the region or whatever, but those jobs are still going to be here, and someone's still going to need to do those jobs.
Why is this self-sufficiency standard maybe a better measure of economic distress here than, let's say, the federal poverty line?
Yeah, that's a good question. So the thing about the federal poverty, the main thing about the federal poverty line is that it's one figure that's it's used for the whole country, one standard. And it doesn't really take into account the high cost of living here in San Diego. And in particular, it's not based at all on housing costs. So, obviously that's one of the biggest drivers in the high cost of living here in San Diego.
What do you think can be done to improve the situation here?
Well, I mean, because so many of these people that are not making ends meet are actually already working, we think that, certainly one of the approaches that could resolve or could help a great deal is the issue that was raised by interim mayor Todd Gloria, or when he was interim mayor, which would be a local minimum wage for the city of San Diego, which is something that
to have it increase, he wanted
to have it increased, right, above and beyond the increase that people will see due to the state policy. So that's something that the city of San Francisco and San Jose already have.
Okay, well, we can see the whole report on our website, kpbs.org. Peter Brownell, thank you so much.
Thank you.